Welcome in, guys, to my preview of the Broncos-Lions game tomorrow night, 8:15 Eastern Time on prime time Saturday night. And it's it's refreshing that we have some Saturday night games. So I'm really impressed with this. I'm really, it's a prime time game. The Lions were fucking up on prime time. Who the fuck knows? But going into this game, the Broncos have been really impressive the last few weeks, getting their shit together, especially the defensive side of the ball. But if the Broncos win, they want to get to that wild card round. They beat the Chargers. Yeah, they beat the Chargers last week. They want to, again, if they get a win this week, if they get a win tomorrow, then that gets them into the wild card round. For Denver, they're under 23 points in eight games, so they're pretty impressive. They're under 23 points in 8 games, so they're pretty impressive defensively. I know I said that Vance Josh should be fired, but again, he looks like he's got his shit together on this one. Jared Goff last week he had 161 yards, 2 touchdowns. But again, we're 3-4 in turnovers this season. We're 3-4 in turnovers. Again, Jared Goff's been a turnover machine way too much the last few weeks, and we need to really fix that in the trenches and on the offensive line. On the ground, the lines on the ground are 66. We're like 66 on the ground for the Lions. 10 attempts for that game. 15 targets in the last game for St. Brown and Sam Laporte. We had 15 targets for both. Again, 15 targets for both in that Bears game. We should have won that fucking Bears game, but again, giving bad turnovers and just giving the ball away too many times. Broncos in the last 3 out of 6 games, they had 2 takeovers in the last 3 out of 6 games. But again, it's their secondary, like their defensive side of the ball, is that where they're at the worst, and that is where we need to really focus on, is the defensive side of the ball. And then for the Lions, for us, we're at 26 on the PTS. In 50, we're 25th on sacks. We're 5th on PPS. And then 22nd. On the rushing, we're 240 yards and 2 touchdowns for rushing yards. On the ground, we have 627 yards covered on the ground. And injury list, really, for this game, you have the Lions that have Sanders is injured, safety. We have Josh Reynolds questionable. Josh Reynolds, I was looking before I did this game. Josh Reynolds, questionable. Bento Jones, defensive tackle, questionable again. Tyler Decker, tackle, questionable. And Frank Reynolds, corner, questionable as well. For the Broncos, really, PJ Locker, on the injured list, and then you have Greg Doltich, who it was questionable for it. I guess he was questionable for this game. But overall, my predictions for the game, I'm gonna go for 24-19. I think it's gonna be one of those games where either Broncos win with the defense and Jared Goff fucks it up on prime time. He's gonna go, yeah, let's have fucking turnover machine as Jared Goff, or we have Laporte, we have Sam Laporte, we have fucking David Montgomery. They have to have over 15 targets. They had 15 targets in the last game. They have to do better than that in this game, and we have to beat the fucking Broncos at home, because again, if we don't win and we're relying on the fucking if we have to rely on the fucking Vikings, because they're catching up, they're second in the NFC North, and it's a shit division. We'll probably win the division, but knowing the Lions, we'll have to wait till fucking beating the fucking Vikings, and then we'll finally be confirmed as like NFC fucking North champions. It's a shit division, I understand, but it's typical fucking Lions. We get fucking something good, and then the last few weeks we've been playing shit.